So Robyn, what hives have you got here at the moment?
Well, I've got my big main one, which has been doing all right, but I need to replace the queen. And I've got this nuke that Barry has been building up for me.
So what's the plan of attack?
Well, what I'm going to do, I've got the old hive here and the new box with the new queen in it here. And what we're going to do is set up that on a new base and box, and probably move some of the honey out of here into that. And at a later stage we'll combine the two hives.
And kill the
old queen.
And kill the old queen?
Yeah.
So Robyn, you've set up the
main box.
The main new box, and just removing the lid from the nuke. And doesn't look too encouraging, there's not too many bees.
No, there's a few in there.
Okay.
A huge number, but better than nothing.
And what we'll notice is there's 5 frames. Now what that frame most likely is a frame that I gave it about 2 weeks ago. You can see places where the bees have been nibbling at the cappings, and that indicates that they've actually been eating the honey, which is what we wanted. We gave it to them to eat. So this frame here was put in as a foundation frame, and they've only built it up slightly, haven't filled it, so that one we probably will replace with honey from the other hive. Next one should have brood on it, and we can see there's a reasonable amount of brood. There's cap brood, and there's actually some very nice grubs. So that's got a nice amount of brood, probably caused by the feeding it some honey. And we give it some more honey and it'll build up even stronger. Now we may see the queen. The queen will have possibly a marking of either blue or green. And once we see the queen, we should have seen her actually. She'll have to be on this.
Here she is.
Yep.
Here we are.
The other bees, as usual, the other bees seem to ignore her. I think we've sighted the queen, so we know she's there, and we'll be extra careful with that. Just shake the few remaining bees out, maybe use a brush. So we're taking it the partially drawn foundation. The way to shake the bees is put the frame in the hive body and then just shake it there. And just brush off any remaining bees. Ideally the brush should be wetted, which I usually forget to do myself.
Why wet?
Just less damage to the bees apparently. We've got approximately 1 frame of honey and 1.5 of brood. So we'll put those together. The history of this hive is that we've got a new Caucasian queen in January. Took cap brood and honey from another hive at my house and introduced the queen, and she hasn't thrived too well because she ran out of honey, and she's only given extra honey about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and as a result she has produced much more brood. So we're going to just keep feeding her and fill this mostly with honey from the adjoining hive. No great hassle because these 2 hives will eventually become one. So I'll just temporarily put this lid on. So the aim with this large one is to remove 2 boxes, put some of the honey into the new hive we've just looked at, and remove some honey for selling and reduce it down hopefully to 1 box. So the first frame we've taken out is an old frame. There's some very old honey capped at the top and a bit of nectar there. Until we look at the other frames we won't know exactly what we're going to do with that, so we'll just store that temporarily in another box. The advantage of that is we can put the lid on it if we get bees in there. At the moment we haven't got much robbing. So this one's the same, old honey, and looks like they've eaten it and then refilled it perhaps. The middle frames will have the most honey on most likely. Once again, same, that frame needs to be recycled anyhow. So we'll only put in the new hive some good frames. This one a bit better, but once again, so that might be one that we put in.
Put it in straight away or not? Because we can get the beads, there's not many beads on it.
Well, I think we might wait to see what we've got. That's possibly a good one. But generally the ones on the edge haven't got as much honey. So these will probably be rejects.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a reject. Okay, so we'll take the third box, empty third box off and have a look what's in the next box down. The next box down may be fairly empty. Just take out the middle one to see what's in the middle. This, you think that you extracted some time ago. This is the extracted one. There'll be honey in the middle rather than at the edge. But our experience this season, late summer, autumn, is that there's not much honey being collected at the moment, and that's a good indication that there's very little nectar there.
Okay.
So we just put an empty box next to the main hive, and this is going to just make it convenient to shake the bees off these frames and put them into this empty box. And there's not much lifting. Oh, that one's got a bit of honey. Okay, well, we'll keep that. Okay, when we least expect it, we find a good one.
Good in terms of it's got at least a patch of honey on the...
Okay, so it's a good one. Is there a hole on the other side, Robyn?
Hole? No.
It's a level, okay. So that'll be another one we'll possibly keep.
And now just take these off.
You might get a little bit of honey.
Empty as.
Shaky. So shake into the box.
Empty.
Give it a good shake. Into the box. Yeah. And we can look down and see below the excluder, there's a fair number of bees there. Shake.
And a little bit in the end. Surprise.
Maybe you might have put that at the end.
No, they're all empty as.
Oh, that's surprising.
These are the 8 that I extracted last time.
That looks like old honey.
What's that doing on the end?
What's that? So we're just going to take this box off, then remove the excluder. And then put the hive mat and the lid back on. Just making certain, of course, that the slimmest chance of the queen's on the excluder. So just give that a tap or a shake. Yep, that's fine. Okay, I suggest we'll then just quickly clean the burr comb off the top of the the native frames.
Yeah.
Just slight. So we're just going to clean the burr comb off quickly. The bee, you can just leave it anywhere. The bees will reuse it. That just makes it easy to put the hive mat on. This mat is a very tight fit. It should be a bit narrower. You need a gap here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll just take that off and recut it for next time. They'll be without a hive mat. That won't be a great hassle.
In those frames that we saved, we brushed all the bees from the other hive off.
And there's a bit of honey on those.
Honey on those for the new queen. one.
Is there a better one down the bottom with more honey? Oh, I've taken them up.
No, this is. Well, no, this one's got.
Oh, this got a bit. Okay.
Got a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Not much, but a bit.
So, Robyn, so what do we got now?
Well, we've taken this one from a 3 down to just the brood box.
Mm-hmm.
This one we've moved from a nuke up into a brood box, and we've put extra 5 frames of partially filled honey from the old hive into the new one to get that colony going.
Mm-hmm.
And at a later date we will come back and deal with this queen and combine the 2 hives.
Okay. Now you're just getting a few remaining bees off, and you're just going to store it in a sealable foam container. Robyn's bees were a little angry, and one just bit me. Not a big bite, it flew away, so it had the stinger, and that's what it looks like after about 5 minutes on my arm.